So hello folks, if you looked at the video with this, it's the realistic TRC2003 remote, the Easy Rider, and everything's on the handset. It's less sophisticated at this end than the breaker phone or the Audio Line 342. It just uses a standard rotary channel selector and a lot of wires down the thick cable. They did an extension cord for this. We've got some in stock, believe it or not, new. These were $139.99. They're crystal filtered as standard. They're made by GRE, who used to make the scanners for Tandys, and General Research Electronics. And this one's doing a full 4-watt output, which they usually do. Let's put it that way on. You've got high-low power on the back. You've got a speaker just like you would have in a conventional CB radio underneath, as you saw, and we can select internal speaker, which is that one, external speaker, which is the little 1-inch one in the handset, or we can plug in an external speaker, which we will do, and we'll switch to that when we've made contact with Mr. Chippie. I'm going to use all 3 speakers at this point. So we're going to start off with the internal speaker underneath, and I've resurrected this from, we've got 3 scrap chassis and 1 set of lids. So there we go. Tango 21, Mr. Chippie. Helps if I'm not on 19. Tango 21, Mr. Chippie, do you copy?
Tango 21, receiving you loud and clear.
Good. Right, I'm ready.
Yep, roger that, off we go then.
Roger dodger. So now I'm going to switch to the handset speaker, which is a little 1-inch speaker just there.
Alright, we're now passing the house and recording.
Roger on that, and on this radio there's no tone control.
Roger that.
However, there is an extension speaker, unlike yesterday.
Roger. Yeah, TX audio's not great on that. It's not too bad, but it's a bit like you've got your head in a bucket.
Yeah, it can be a bit woolly, these. Yeah, you'll get to hear what it is.
Roger that. Right, coming up to the end of the lane.
Roger got you the end of the lane.
Roger.
Service station 137.9 and 146.9.
Roger, well, a bit earlier today.
Roger. Passing through Ancaster Crossroads.
Where have you got you going to Ancaster Crossroads?
Top of the hill as we go down in towards Wilsford.
Let's go, you're the top of the hill.
Roger. from Mr. Chippie. We're now going around Scratchy Corner, Wilsford. Over.
Roger, got you loud and clear going around Scratchy Corner at Wilsford.
Chippie, we're now going round Scratchy Corner, Wilsford. Over.
Roger, got you loud and clear going around Scratchy Corner at Wilsford.
I'm on a realistic TRC2003 remote, doing a full 4-watt output, and it hasn't had a special light.
Roger that. You do seem a bit noisier than you should do at this point. I don't know if you want to check the sockets, not a bit loose.
Yes, I will do.
Roger that. Right, we're now going over Wilsford level crossing. Over.
Let's go over Wilsford level crossing.
Roger.
Put it on low power by mistake.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
It's on 400 milliwatt. There's 200 milliwatts on this.
Well, it worked exceptionally well for what it is then.
It's probably socket clean and strong as well.
Good. Right, we're now passing the Kelby turn. Over.
Yes, you got you at the top. No, we can't.
Roger. Passing the Grayleys turn. Over.
Yeah, you got you at the Grayleys turn.
Roger. Tango 21 from Mr. Chippie. We're now at the 5 mile point.
Have you got you at the 5 mile point? So on the realistic Chippie 2003 remote set, which is called the Easy Rider, it's doing a full 4-watt output. It's drawing 910 milliamps to do that. The pop us onto low power, which you've already experienced, is 200 milliwatts. There we are already on. It's coming to a countdown. Drawing 350 milliamps. Nothing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's full power. There we are back on full power. Over.
Yep, roger that. No problems on full power. It was a bit hit and miss on low and I'm struggling to hear you.
Roger on that, off you go when you're ready.
Roger. Right, we're on the move again.
Roger, roger.
Tango 21 from Mr. Chippie. We're now going over Rossby level crossing. Over. Yep, 142.9 and 148.7.
That's all reasonable, right? Well, that works okay, considering what it is, so thank you very much.
Yep, roger that, 10-10.
Okay.
Roger, got you going over Rossby level crossing. Have you got a petrol price for me at that end today, please, over? Yep, that's all readable. Right, well that worked okay considering what it is, and thank you very much.
Yep, roger that.
10-10. Right, so these aren't quite as sensitive as the CyberNet type radios, which we get coming through. They're on a par with Uniden sets. 0.5 of a microvolt. This one was 0.58, so nearer 0.6. Full 4 watt output. Just see what the manufacturer says about that sensitivity. That's not something I discussed on the video. Sensitivity is supposed to be 0.5 for 10 dB, and we got 0.48 for 10 dB, so we were just better than what the manufacturer suggests. But their limit specification is 1 microvolt for 10 dB, so we're well in there, but not as sensitive as, I mean, a lot of modern sets are no better than this. A lot of modern sets only do 2.7 watts as well. So an interesting set. If I've owned this, one of these I had in my Nissan Cedric when my mum was alive, and I modified, there's a capacitor in here we can change. I don't like modifications, as you know, but it was so woolly, so until I hear this video back I do not know whether this is one of the modified handsets or whether it's one which is really muffled. So if I sound that's how muffled it is. We'll find out. So go over to our base station, see what it sounds like on our Midland 76900.
Tango 21 testing the realistic TRC2003 remote into our Midland 76900 base station. Setting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch to low power. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low power, 200 milliwatts. Just here as a hand test. Because it hasn't a normal mic, there shouldn't be any problem back on full power there. So I think we've got a couple of days where there's nothing. I've got some work to do funeral-wise as a church organist, and then we'll be back. So thank you for watching the Realistic 2003